Here with Scott Tepperman of Ghost Hunters International, and we're going to review your book, Chasing Winter, so everybody can see it. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Today is Thursday, January 12th. We have a few questions for you regarding your book.
Okay.
First of all, how did you get involved with Ghost Hunters International?
I've been investigating since 2004, and I was in a local team, an amateur team, and 4 years later, I became the lead investigator, and then 4 years later, I formed my own team in 2008. I'm based out of Tallahassee. The team is called Alpha, and I started 2008 with a couple of other members from that team that left with me. And 2009, Sci-Fi Channel was actually running a contest online about paranormal teams, pairs, to show paranormal prowess and see how people would investigate properly and the chemistry between members of your team or whatever. So the other lead investigator and myself did a 5-minute DVD, and we submitted it. And I guess we got far enough because we ended up on the website, on their sci-fi site, as one of the semi finalists. I mean, there were about 24 videos up there. Ours was one of them. And I think that kind of started the ball rolling for me, because shortly after that, they had a casting call for GHA and GHI. And I knew I had already maybe sparked the interest a little bit because of that video. So I just started hammering out, phone calls and bothering them with emails and everything else. And shortly after that, I was actually, they interviewed me, they sent me for screen tests and everything else. And I was sent to work with Barry and Paul on an investigation, just to see how the three of us worked together. And I guess we worked well enough because I was on board. Shortly afterwards, I was offered the job, and I've been on the show 2 years now, January.
Wonderful. Did you have any particular experience in your life that created this interest in the paranormal?
I'm just a horror movie fanatic, and the gorier the better, and the crappier the better too. But I grew up in New York, and the Amityville horror case was a real case in the 70s, and my parents split up when I was younger, and my dad would take me to Long Island on the weekend, and we would often pass the Amityville Horror House, and everything around surrounding that story got me very interested in the field. I never got into the house, but I really submerged myself in all the news stories and the microfiche that was around at the time, to show my age a little bit. And I just really got involved in that because I was thinking that the stuff that I had loved is, my whole life, what was I, 6, 7, but everything that I had loved was always movies, fantasy, horror. This was actually real life, and it was showing me that something could actually be real and be dealing with the supernatural element. So that was pretty much the main thing that was instrumental in me getting into the paranormal in general.
So when you went into the field of ghost hunting, did you enter as a skeptic, and how has your experiences on the show changed your perception of the paranormal?
I don't want to say I go in as a skeptic. I try to stay 50% skeptic, 50% believer, because I'm not stupid and I use common sense. But we're sent to places that have reported activity, so there's stuff there. We're trying to find it, and that's first and foremost in my mind. That's what we're there for. But a lot of times we're able to disprove a lot of the claims, because people don't realize that it could be as simple as, people taking pictures and seeing a reflection in a window and not realizing that the backlight that's 3 rooms back could be casting your shadow on the window. People don't realize these things, because I've actually seen things locally with my team that have been examples like that. So I think just using common sense and approaching every case as its own separate animal, but still keeping a healthy dose of skepticism. But again, at the end of the day, we're making a TV show, and we're out to investigate claims that are known to be occurring at these locations. So we're there for a reason. So we're doing our best to document the claims that are purported to be there.
Very good. You write in your book how it is easy for people to romanticize being a television star and that it's really glamorous and everything. What person